to Work Session Season 4 by the Eric Ingram Bay Living Trust, presented to you by myself, Eric Ingram Bay, and I give thanks to each and every last one of you for your participation and being involved with us, whether you're on social media or you're in here in work sessions with us. And we just always appreciate the word of mouth that you guys continue to pass on, as it is always a privilege to be amongst you guys and, you know, to be able to exchange this energy and continue to grow with one another. As I always say, this is the place where only thing matters is knowledge and wisdom. There's no color, there's no race, there's no nationality. You can't even see people. It's none of that involved here. Everybody's here for one thing and one thing only, and that is to learn, which is the most beautiful thing here. So that's how you always have to be when you approach problems, people. Okay, so do know that. Okay. We give thanks to the creator, though, just for everything. And as I always say, for free will, having the freedom of choice. What would that be? What would life be like without the freedom of choice, yo? Free consciousness, you know, the right to have your own thoughts. That's amazing. I still say that, still to this day. I wake up and that's what I'm really more. Even like, yeah, breathing is great, but guys, consciousness, that's a whole nother level of freedom. You feel me? That is a whole nother level of freedom that we're speaking on. So with that being said, yo, I just give thanks as always, and just that we continue to spread the truth amongst our people and take our experiences and grow from them. Nobody's perfect in this. If anybody was perfect in this, then we wouldn't be having to have all these conversations. All of this stuff would have been already done, whatever. But here we are having to literally revamp our minds and you know, basically heal within our spirits in order to see and be in the places that we want to be, right? So with that being said, guys, everything that you hear from this point on is for education or religious purposes only. Anybody seeking any form of legal advice, please do seek a legal advisor, as this is my religious duty and to speak my religious experiences. Okay, so what's happening, guys? Are there any testimonies today? Any testimonies for today? Y'all been out for a week. Is there anybody? Now is your chance. Okay, so I got a testimony then. My testimony is just based upon the impact that we are making. And just for me to see that every time I've done a conference, it's been 95% new faces. And we're packed and full. I will say that. And that right there is blissful amongst itself. You know, the granting privilege from the Almighty just to see that we continue to meet and grow. That's why I say, guys, use those chances, because those people there are like you. They're searching for the same thing. Their spirits are lit for freedom, and we have to learn to fully network. So I really want to say it was beautiful just to be able to be amongst everybody, see all the great faces and stuff like that. To you guys that's in here in work sessions, just coming up, telling me who you are. Man, I didn't even know Mo was Mo until my wife was telling me about it. So yeah, so what's up, Mo? If you would have told me that, boy, we would have acted fool up in there. But I was tripping. But that's the thing, though. Always let me know who you are. So we got back. She was like, "Yeah, that was Mo Cassio," and I was like, man, I missed the opportunity." You know what I'm saying? Because I really rock with you, bro. So, you know, it's always just the vibe. But I didn't get to really vibe with you guys like I really wanted to. So my bad for that. But for the most part, when we get in LA, we vibing. I'm telling you. We got to break bread. We got to eat together. And that's one of the things that I like to do. That's where you're really able to vibe at the table, get to know one another and stuff like that, instead of just leaving the conference and going wherever. Like, you still got time. Most of you guys don't leave to the next day or so. So that's the way I like to do it. But that's my testimony, man. It's been great. All the testimonies that I heard from people that was there as well, and just your experiences on your journey to be here with us as well. Okay? So, y'all ready?
Yes, sir. Yep.
We ready.
Okay.
Let's
Yes,
get it.
sir.
All right, so we're gonna speak from where we just came from in the conference, right? I know a lot of you guys wasn't there, and a lot of you were there. But so let's just build off of that. Okay, y'all cool with that?
That's great.
All good. Do your thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Have y'all enjoying y'all package that you have?
Indeed.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Twice already.
I don't even know who got their hand up. I can't read that. So you want to say something, you can before I get started. Anybody know what they say? English, please.
Upside down L.
Okay. I guess they ain't got nothing to say no way. They just got their hand up. All right. So with that being said, guys, like I say, I hope you guys enjoy the package. It's so much more. Just stay in work sessions and learn more and more how to utilize those things, because that's what we're going to do. As you can know, this is the In God We Trust season 4. And, after we get done in LA, we're going to hold off for about a couple of weeks. And then we're going to start season 5, which is going to be on another level. So we're going to do and keep doing all things, okay? All right, we're going to keep on doing the same things that we're going to keep on expanding on within ourselves and life, guys. It's beautiful, man. So let's jump into it. All right, so if the main thing you guys should know, if we have a declaration of trust, right, we should have the conveyance of signatures done, correct? And we should have the security agreement, right? And the hold harmless agreement, correct? And we should have the indemnity bonds, etc., right? Okay, so with that being said, with those things being involved, let me see which one is this. With those things being involved, let me show you what we own. So I've been doing so much. All right, I'm just gonna show you this just on the freebie to finish up for you guys. All right, so you can literally go and do the financial 56F, especially once you have everything done, and you can come through here and make sure that you make the bank the fiduciary on the financial form L56F, right? And this is just me covering us up, because this wouldn't show, guys, when I was trying to show it to you guys at the conference. So I am going to show it to you guys at Q&A as well, but I'm just going to present it now just to kind of show you guys a little something so this can be added with it. So at the Q&A, you guys do not be, oh, I want this, we need this. No, wait till the Q&A, and at the Q&A, I'll present this to you and get it to you. So I'm just showing you this. I'm going to show you how to do that. That actually finally came up. So that was something. And this actually finally came up, right? So I can show you guys how to do this. I don't know what happened, but every time if you look at it on the screen, it kept coming up blank. But it is what it is. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that as well. And then you can use this for the court cases and the appointment of fiduciary for the court administrative proceedings as well. Remember, we're fully operating from the trust. And the reason why we're able to do this, because once you did the 8832, that particular entity now should belong to your what? Your trust, right? All right, now it's in full control, right? All right, so now once you have all of those documents, right? So you guys is asking me, how do we use those documents to defend to creditors? So this is something that you can send out to all creditors, right? You got the conveyance of certificated security. What does the conveyance of certificated security do? Somebody raise their hand. Anybody? Let's see if y'all really learned something. All right, Tamika Todd.
It puts you first in line for everything, and it lets everybody know that you're claiming that asset, whatever it may be, for your trust.
All right, so the point of security agreement is this. Remember, it says authorized representative, right? Remember, this is a commercial nation. We're not working for free. Our labor and services is not for free. So therefore, this is a debtor and it's asking, okay, in the lending of your services, right? Because remember, I said we can play this game if they want to act like this is a, what's the word I'm looking for? If they want to act like employee of the state and all of that, okay, well, there has to be labor and services involved. And there has to be a form of liability protection here. So, okay. And remember, Social Security means what? Security in Social Security means protection, assurance, and to be indemnified, right? So once you realize this, what happens is now we have the security agreement, which now gives us the first in right, first in time, because now we're claiming all collateral related to this particular entity based on the service and labor that you're going to be providing as the authorized representative through the services of the what? The trust, right? Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So now this is a contract. And this becomes through a contract as a creditor and debtor relationship as well. So remember, the security agreement gave us the power to have to go to the UCC1 to perfect our interest claim in this particular situation, right? And we were able to create these indemnity bonds in relation to what? See, people think you're just creating a bond out of thin air. No, the truth is it's based upon your labor and services. So based upon your labor and services to act on behalf of the entity, then therefore everything has to be considered a set-off. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So if we want to scream there is no money, then basically it's just an exchange of service for some form of property or whatever that we have listed as collateral. And that means all intangible and tangible property that we have on our Schedule A. Right?
Right.
Okay, so now if you have moved correctly, I'm not going to say correctly, but if you have moved the way that I have stated to say certain things, then what I would do is I would definitely have me a form of religious government based on a 508c1a, and I would have it acting as the trustee. But not only that, it's still considered the vast estate trust because it could hold all of the trust of the people. Okay, I do want you to know that. So once you do that, now you also have what you call your the law that governs the trust, because remember, jurisdiction is the power to declare law. Well, the only way you can declare jurisdiction is by subject matter and personal, right? Subject matter based upon the trust having subject matter by what, guys? What shows that the trust has subject matter? Anybody?
Security agreement.
No, conveyance.
Conveyance.
Conveyance. Conveyance is what considered what to the trust, family?
Assets.
Legal title.
Title.
It is a legal title. Hope you're paying attention to the words that I'm using. Write those down and go look those things up. Okay? So, legal title. Legal. So the legal title is invested into the trust, while the equitable title is issued out to the beneficiary, right? So with that being said, the actual conveyance, it shows improved subject matter. And all rights and interests has been given to the trust within whatever particular property that may be, whether tangible or intangible. Got it? Good.
Yeah.
So now you guys got a job to do. You have to learn to fully administrate the trust, the estate. It's your duty to. Remember, I keep telling you guys about this, and I'm going to have a diagram up for you guys real soon. Maybe in the next work session, we will have that up. But when I do, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about when I say the first dimension. Because we have to start, let's do it like this. So let's say the fifth dimension is pretty much the cosmic web of consciousness, which means the one in one all consciousness. And then you have the fourth dimension, which is your separate consciousness, right? Each individual consciousness. And then you have the third dimension, which is the physical body, which the third, and I'm explaining to you self-autonomy, right? So once you see the self-autonomy, that means that the fourth dimension created the third, but now the third, the living body, creates the government, okay, which is the second dimension. And then the government creates the citizen, which is the first dimension. Once you learn to pull back yourself to consciousness, that's why they ask you, are you in what, guys? Sound mind, which means they know consciousness is what runs everything that we're doing. Can anybody deny that?
No.
Because if you did, you would deny yourself. Got it?
Got it.
So now we have to look at the actual situation here. What we have done is pulled ourselves back to consciousness and that of connection to the divine actual cosmic web, the one and all, right? So once we do that, that brings us back into our religious sacredness as well, which is where law governs all. Length, angle, and width, height, etc., right? Which means boundaries. There are boundaries that has been set between the waters, the earth, the sky, etc. Can anyone deny this? Because if so, you deny yourself. Do you not have boundaries between organs? Within yourself? Even though you are one, there are still considered boundaries within, right? So you have to look at it from this standpoint and learn to fully operate from that point, okay? So now, remember, in commerce, commerce is what, guys? International. Commerce is international, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Can't hear y'all. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, this is what we need to do. We need to learn to literally administrate the trust, and we must alert all creditors. Now, some of you guys are going to say, how is this possible when I'm just now creating this security agreement, but however, you know, I'm making a claim against them today. And their claim is, I signed this mortgage 10 years ago, right? So you got to look at it. We're starting from the preceding claim. And I told you the preceding claim, even over the body, is what, guys? Who are you? That's why I asked you guys, stop, close your eyes, take a deep breath, clear your mind of everything, and say, I am. And now you're dealing with consciousness. So who has the preceding claim on the body?
We do.
Who is we?
The people.
Who is the people?
Me, myself, and I.
You and I.
The consciousness.
Everybody that's speaking spoke on a third dimension. Go higher.
God.
Spirit.
You see what I'm saying? You see where you guys place yourself at?
See what you did there.
Go higher. This is our divinity connection that is preceded in its own nature before anything they could do, before any constitution, before any treaties, before any of that exists. There is that divine contract that you have, which is that of your free will to be, which is why you're here as your own individual self amongst the all in all, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yep.
So can you operate from that capacity is what you have to truly understand. So let's do that today, right? Let's do that today. Declaration of class is going to be governed, because I'm going to tell you, you should always put something in, because this is the matrix. So you as the actual living body cannot exist on that first dimension. You as the fourth dimension consciousness cannot exist, like you can't be in the first dimension. You created that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, but you do have the power to control that, because remember, everything starts at the head and trickles on down, right?
As above, so below.
Right.
In the security agreement, you said that you are claiming everything past, present, and future, right?
Yes.
Okay. There you go.
Yep.
There you go. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. And now that we know that if this is a religious government, and you can say it's under the 50AC1A acting as a trustee, and then you take those laws and make those laws, use it to govern your trust, guys. It's foreign anyway. All right, and you just have to make sure that the actual, now you can make the what we did is also is this, so you guys can understand this. In the conveyance, you make the not the conveyance, but the security agreement. You're making the debtor, which the all caps actual entity, it has to convey everything into the trust, every single form of property it ever creates or come in contact with, right? Not only that, guys, we also have the power to do what, guys, in our security agreement? What does it say we had the power to do? Extend
Credit.
credit. Right? Extend credit. Man, pay attention to your contracts. We're just operating them. So now that you know that, this is what we're going to show you. Security agreement. So John H. Doe as a debtor duly executed a security agreement with the John H. Doe Living Trust, transferring all rights, titles, and interests in the collateral to the trust administered by the Universal Tribe, thereby establishing it as the secured party creditor. Conveyance of power. The assigners, John H. Doe and the John H. Doe Living Trust, convey all signatures, autograph, and print as valuable assets to the trust, granting it full power and authority over these assets. This transfer is detailed in the conveyance of signatures document. That will also be an exhibit. Certificated security conveyance. This trust is registered owner and security holder in due course of the certificated security, as stated in the conveyance and certificated security document. This status provides the trust with the power to act as the creditor and enforce all rights associated with the security. So what happens is, based upon the conveyance of certificated security, all rights are in the trust now, regardless, even connected with the security agreement. Got it? So this automatically can make the trust move as a secured party as well, but it also can be considered a debtor because it's also holding trust property. So it has the power to be both because it holds an obligation. So those who are creditors are still debtors based upon the obligation that they have to perform in relation to the contract. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why it says forgive your
Yes,
debtors, we forgive our debtors.
Yes.
Got it. Let's go. All right, so hold harmless agreement. The hold harmless and indemnity agreement ensures that the trust is indemnified against any claims, liability, or legal actions related to the debtor's obligations. This agreement further solidifies the trust position as the primary secured party, which also means that, guys, they can't touch anything that is involved, right? So perfection of security interest. The security interest granted for the John H. Doe Living Trust has been perfected by the filing of a UCC1 financing statement. Remember, we had to perfect our interest according to the actual, what is it? What's the word? UCC Article 9. Yes, Article 9, perfecting our security interest. And we have the right to do so based upon security agreement, right? So our priority of claim here, the secured party claim, is the highest priority pursuant to the Uniform Commercial Code and applicable state laws, and supersedes any subsequent claims by other creditors. This priority is based on the certificated security conveyance and the timely filing of the UCC1 financing statement as well. Okay, assertion of rights and claims, right to collateral. The John H. Doe Living Trust, administered by the Universal Tribe as the secured party, hereby asserts its superior right and interest in the collateral as described in Schedule A. So you can give them a picture of a Schedule A, right? And this claim is based on the actual perfected security interest established by the agreement and evidenced by the UCC1 financing statement. Prohibition against competing claims, right? So listen, we already got rights to the collateral because we have an antecedent claim, okay? What claim is that we have, and why do we have this claim, family? Somebody raise your hand and come forward. Why we got this claim? Come on. Let's go, Ron Allen. What's up? Why do we have this claim? Come on. Don't drop the ball, Ron. Let's go. We can't hear you, Ron. All right, Mike Mayberry. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. You hear? Yeah, but even before that, what gave you the first in right? Well, you're already the holder in due course, right? Who holds the Social Security card? You do. That means you are the authorized representative just by being the bearer, holder in due course, correct? Who holds the certificated security? Yeah, but even before you gave it to the trust, who held it? And you granted all of those rights to the trust, which now makes it have the antecedent claim. Do everybody understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Now you know why we're saying what we're saying. Why you have the claim before all of this. Okay? Prohibition against competing claims. Any attempts by other creditors to claim an interest in the described collateral shall be considered null and void, subordinate to the rights of John H. Doe Living Trust. The secured party's perfected security interest ensures its claim takes precedence over any subsequent liens or encumbrances. Does that answer you guys' questions before you come over here and ask it?
Yeah.
Yep.
How far can I go back? I did this first. Doesn't matter. You've been had the claim since birth. Always remember that. Your family was supposed to do it right because even when they became custodians, they were literally custodians of the estate account, the property, dealing with all financial situations, right? Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That's what that means. That's why they want to know who's the primary account holder. Whoever's the primary account holder gets to hold the property that's in the the trust, which is the what? Come on, let's see if y'all with it. What was the first thing put in the trust, guys?
The body.
Ooh, there you go. That's why you get the what? Baby, right? Yeah, we opened somebody's mind today, didn't we? Sure did. And that means you're holding the gold. You're holding what has to be seen that the interest grows. And as the trustee, which is a custodian as well, which is a former trustee, you have obligations to fulfill, right? Absolutely, okay? So now, enforcement of security interest. The John H. Doe Living Trust reserves the right to enforce the security interest through all available legal and equitable remedies. This includes, but is not limited to, foreclosures, repossession, and sale of collateral in accordance with the terms of agreement and applicable law. Man, oh man, boy, oh boy, I don't think y'all know what we talking about today, do y'all? Y'all don't know. I don't think y'all hear what we're saying. Based off everything we're building on from the conference right now. Basis for debt set off. Listen, this is why. The John H. Doe Living Trust right to set off debt against the asset listed in the Schedule A is established by the certificated security conveyance, which transfer all rights, title, and interest to the trust. This conveyance grants the trust the power as the creditor of the security agreement, making it the first in right and the first in time when it comes to any form of assets mentioned in the security agreement. Therefore, any debt obligations of securities, including promissory notes created with other creditors, are subject to the what? The trust precedent claim. Man. Oh, man, y'all is too quiet. Y'all supposed to be saying something. Amen. Can the church get an amen or something?
Amen.
Amen.
I say.
Amen, brother. Amen.
I'm just being for real. Like, do y'all hear what we saying? I'm showing you the power of contract, the power of free will to say yes and to say no. Let that sink in for a minute, because that's where it all starts. Now, I'm going to let the sister come on here and tell y'all the same story she told us last night, and I know you're here. So go ahead and speak to her. Tell them about the story of Job. Oh, no, Exxon, where you at? You know your name. Oh, Chad, y'all hiding? They hide. The Russells is hiding on us today. Come on forward, guys. You can tell them. Sound better coming from you than it do from me. Y'all mic button got you.
I apologize. Which story is that?
The one she told last night. About the power that we have when it comes to free will to say yes, no, contract. When she spoke on Job and how the devil had to get consent
Hey,
first.
I'm here. Peace and love. I'm sorry, I didn't know you you were asking for me. But yes, I wanted to share last night with our group that, trust is the same thing that was talked about in the book of Job. And if you guys know the word, you pretty much know about Job and that he was God's, right-hand man, right? And God knew that he can trust Job with everything. And so he did. He entrusted Job with everything. He gave him all kinds of anything pertaining to life and godliness. Job had it because he had the favor of God. And so what happened was one day the devil was mad, at the grace. And so he was like, what about your servant Job? I've been trying to get at him. I can't really get at him because you got this hedge of protection all around him. I try to penetrate from the north. I can't penetrate. I try to penetrate from the south. I can't. I try east and west because you got this just hedge of protection. That is what trust is.
Facts. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then the rights were still protected because he told him you still can't mess with his right to contract. He still gets to decide who he will serve. Right? He still gets to decide whom he will serve, no matter what. Man, and that right there is a prophecy within itself, just to see the acting of what we are doing right now. Right? So let's go. Now, guys, we given a clear notice and we let them know about the property that is collateral. Okay? Collateral. Security agreement attached here too is the Exhibit 1. That's a true, correct copy of the executed security agreement dated on the date of security, which clearly outlines the transfer of all rights, title, interest, and John A. Stoll David Trust administered by the Universal Tribe. UCC 1 financing statement, that'll be Exhibit 2. Detailed description of collateral, Exhibit 3 is Schedule A. And you can also give them the trust documentation as far as, other things that will show proof of, rights and interests. So that means that you can also take your contract, guys, that you have, print out your contracts, literally take those contracts and transfer the rights and interests to those contracts, which is what we did with the chattel paper and security interests as well. So you can take that, use that, and transfer every contract as well, because you're supposed to, based upon the collateral. So what you're doing is administrating the trust, and you're doing the labor and goods and services as the authorized representative for the actual individual. Okay, so trust documentation, that's what it is. Conveyance of signatures, you can put that in there too. And the conveyance and certificated security, that can go in there to show the power of the trust. Hold harmless indemnity agreement also show that the trust cannot be liable for anything. Doesn't matter, because it already has the rights to everything, right? And the Uniform Commercial Code, the security interest held by the John A. Stowe Living Trust is perfected and enforceable under the Uniform Commercial Code, UCC, as adopted by, and then put your state there. And if you want to, you can just put Article 9, because it's always going to be on Article 9. Priority and perfection, as I just stated, that's what that is about the UCC 1. So default remedies: in the event of any default by the debtor, the secured party retains the right to exercise all remedy available under the UCC, including but not limited to repossession, disposition, and application of proceeds from the sale of the collateral to satisfy the outstanding obligations. The validity, enforceability, and the secured party's claim are further supported by established legal proceedings affirming the rights of secured parties in similar contexts. So, certification here: John A. Stowe, trustee of the John A. Stowe Living Trust, administered by the Universal Tribe, do here certify that the information contained in this declaration is true and correct to the best of your knowledge and belief, and that we assert our rights and interests of the John A. Stowe Living Trust as a secure party, and I expect all parties to acknowledge and respect these claims accordingly. So then you give them the exhibits. Those are the listed exhibits. Schedule a detailed description of collateral. That way you don't have to give them the whole thing. You can just give them this, just a few things that, you know, you're listing when it comes to, you know, those accounts and securities that's being created, no matter what it is. We also are saying that debt, any form of debt is also, guys, any form of debt is also considered an asset. Okay. So don't forget that part. All right. So the next thing I would do is this, right? So what I'm going to do is we're going to already count this as an income, whatever the thing may be. So let's say the contract that you're doing here, whatever they may be, right? We can literally put this in as other earned income. How do I make this bigger? It's too small. I barely can see it my damn self. I know y'all can't see. There we go. That's better. So we could do a 1099 miscellaneous. We definitely can do this, and we can go ahead and count this as a form of income for us, guys. Okay, so the payer, and then of course the actual recipient here, and we're going to report this out. All right, so but if you want to forgive the debt, you can do it as a 1099-C, but I'm always going to say first claim it as an income, so we're going to be able to write it off as bad debt, and I'm going to be able to show you guys that, but I'm still not finished fully with it, with the way I want to present it to you guys, but I'm just showing you it will be a 1099 miscellaneous form that you can claim. And then when they default on the actual debt, what we can do next is do a 1099-A. Okay, you can do it. You can either do a C to cancel a debt, or you can do an A to make a claim based upon whatever you said on the you know, of their default. So whatever property that may be, you get to make a full outright claim in that, and you can do a 1099-A in that based on the outstanding balance, and you're the lender, they're the debtor in that situation. The trust would be the lender. Okay, so that is what I would do in that nature when it comes to that. But what we have, guys, if you show and prove everything that I'm telling you, and you have a UCC on there, these are the claims that you're able to exercise based upon the actual the UCC one and the powers of the trust, right? So let's get some questions. What's up? Let's talk about it. Ron Allen, what's up? You got a question? Yeah, you got to file where the debtor is. So always file it where the debtor was created, and you can do it in that state. Because every other state is asking permission. So it's kind of like this. Like, that's the reason why they say it's like considered foreign states to one another in foreign jurisdictions. Because if they have to ask for permission to use the property of, like Mississippi would have to ask, if somebody in Mississippi had a court case, okay, they literally have to ask, go back to the first state, the home state, to basically get permission to administrate over the actual estate. So they have to transfer that right to do so. And then this is why they're able to create bonds, and then they're able to hold you in that particular state. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you can do the UCC there and one there, and you can do one in Ohio too if you want to, if you got property around in there. It's just that, but it's already international. So once you make that claim, it's anywhere. Ariel. Hit the mic button. All right, Juris in BML.
Islam. I wanted to find out with your UCC filings, do you renew those every 5 years? You know how they say that they expire in 5 years?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You always, because that's following the codes of the UCC of the state. Different some states you don't have to. Some of them 5, some of them 7 years. Some of them have perpetual filing, stuff like that until you change. It just depends on what particular state, but the state that you're dealing with. But that's the reason why they all adopted the UCC, and they kind of like change some of the wordings in it sometimes. So you have to really be, really look at where you're filing in the laws and what they're stating.
Gratitude.
All right, Demetria Ross.
Hey, Eric. Can you go into a little bit more detail about how you, in a sense, or provided kind of like an example of how you sheltered the declaration of claim and proof of security into like a 508 C1A?
Because it's the trustee. The 508 C1A is the trust of the trust. This is how I move. So MNRP is the trustee of Eric Ingram Bay Living Trust. And the laws of MNRP, which is a religious district government, a religious society, governs the trust. Got it? Okay. So now that means all trustees and all property is governed according to the laws that governs the trust, which is the Constitution for MNRP and the public laws for MNRP. Got it? Okay.
So in essence, like I said, for MNRP, you went and created an EIN for that entity, that business, right?
Yeah, if I'm going to do anything for banking purposes, that's the only reason why.
Okay, got you. Thank you.
All righty. And the reason why is because we are converting some of our things that we're doing, labor, goods, and services, into United States dollars, as well as our own noble dollars as well. So, and that's just like a Bitcoin or anything else that you want to use as a medium of exchange for the people in their contracts. Rob Cook.
Hey, bud. In regards to the UCC, so thinking about this, because some of the states you can send in, exhibits with it to have it recorded, and some states you can't. So here in Michigan, you cannot.
Make reference. Just make reference. Don't make it hard. Create the inventory numbers. Make reference to it. When you look at the actual claim, what I was showing you, this is all you need. So if all you need to do is, let me show you. You don't make it hard.
No, I get that, but couldn't
see
you
this right here? This is all you need. You don't need nothing else. You don't need nothing else. See what I'm saying? And then whatever the other one was, let's see if I can find it right quick. That one. See this right here? Financial instruments. Boom. That's all you need.
Oh, those are the ones from the weekend. Yeah.
That's all you need. You made the claim. All is in the collateral. You claimed everything.
Right.
Now
Okay.
all you got to do when it's time to present the proof, you just show them the contracts, like we saying.
So you could turn right around. So it's, because this expires in 5 years, but because this is the land, you could record this on the county and it's permanent forever because it's a financing statement. They can't deny it.
Listen, y'all overthinking it. The contract don't go nowhere. They just asking you to report it. Just keep reporting it. This is for their policies, so they can make sure everything is still up to date. No changes has happened or anything like that. It doesn't make y'all contract not be what it is. Your contract is what it is because it's a contract. And it's up to you to be obligated to fulfill. It's up to you to fulfill those obligations. Is my point. It doesn't take away from your contract at all, whether it expired and you haven't filed it or anything like that in a while or nothing, because you still got the contracts. Only thing you're doing is just doing what it says according to the UCC. You're perfecting the security. You have to follow the rules of the state in order if you're going to use their particular system to make a certain report about information on property that you're holding.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. So, Conteria Sibley.
Hey, Eric, can you go briefly the difference between legal title and equitable title?
Legal title. The reason why it's a legal title because it's a contract. The conveyance is a contract of all parties accepting their obligations and rights to the particular party. The equitable title means it's the one who gets the benefits of this particular conveyance, which is the beneficiary.
Okay.
Absolutely. All right. Y'all ain't got no more questions. Y'all good? Oh, that's real. So what y'all think about the presentation today?
Amazing.
It was good.
Great.
I haven't comprehended everything yet.
Eric, I arrived late, but more food on the plate. It's me from Miami.
Do you guys get what we building off from? I know some of you guys didn't attend the class. If not, go and tell them what they missing, y'all. If they didn't win at that conference and they didn't get everything that you guys got, for what? How much? $200?
Man, they missed a lot.
Yeah.
That was an awesome.
They missed a too.
Well, I raised the hand to commend Eric. I met you in person. You, Nikki, and your family. Bro. I drove about
This is the thing too, guys. Somebody just said, so you need both titles. If the trust has the conveyance, it has the power to give equitable title to the beneficiaries. So you're going to always. So somebody tells me what happens when the legal title and the equitable title are merged. That means the outright ownership belongs there, right? Which means the trust fully has the outright ownership. None of us wants to own anything. You don't even own this body. You are entrusted with it. Trust starts at the very beginning, family. It didn't just start today because you started to do a contract. No, trust starts at the very beginning. Remember, remove yourself from this third dimensional plane and be what you are, which is the sound consciousness, right? And then go up above that. We're connected to the cosmic web, right? Of the overall one-in-one consciousness, right? Oneness. That's what this is. That is the divinity. That is trust within itself. So the trust, the body is the trust. The body is also considered the truth because it established that there is what? Law and order. the spirit exists, which is meaning that what? That is, it's entrusted with this, right? Because the body has to what? Die, which means split from the spirit and the consciousness. So now this literally just becomes, this body is what you would consider a dead cell. Do you know what cells do? What do cells do, guys? Do cells take in oxygen?
Yep. They rejuvenate, they multiply.
Do cells not take in information and pass information?
Yes.
Charge and discharge.
You do the same exact thing. So there's a billion yous inside of you.
You have universes within you.
I keep telling you exist from the micro to the macro. You just don't exist in one. That's the reason why we're able to be. We're projecting ourselves from a conscious level. You guys are too stuck in the physical plane. And that's the reason why you can't see yourself higher than what I'm telling you. Once you start seeing that, that's the reason why there's nothing they do that could ever put us in a state that's going to make us, you know, in slavery or debtorship. We flipped the game. Okay, you can call us employees of the state, but guess what? Nothing in life is free. Especially not me. I'm not free. You got to pay. Labor, goods, and services, all products, anything. I don't care. And guess what? It's also my right to what? Say what it is for to pay for my hire, right? I have that right to create that value. Nobody else. Nobody. When you guys start thinking from that level, you're going to win. This is business. We're handling God's business. So let's handle it. Some of y'all so quick to say you ain't religious, you just throw it all your power away. Throw it away then. Throw it away. See, the thing is you didn't know you had the right to establish your own religion and what they may look like for you and your family and your people. That's it. You just throw it completely away. Which there was a word for the believers and there's a word for the non-believers. But at the end of the day, everybody serves God. Don't get mad at me. It's part of it. You know why? Because do you not have to serve your thoughts? Anybody? Do you have to serve your thoughts?
Yes.
To a degree, yes.
Okay, thought so. I thought so. And I just told you the order. I really hope today changed our perspective in a lot of this for real. And how to really look and see this. God is real, man. And for you to not think it's not, then again, everything is denying yourself. What point would you deny yourself? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all even know it? Like, I don't think people even understand what religion is. Religion is, I'm going to tell you what, religion is the fact that you get up every day. I hope that you brush your teeth. But for those who do that every day, that is a religion to you.
Yep. Rituals.
That's why I said the fact that you say you're going to eat a certain amount of meals, whatever your dietary is, that becomes a part of your religion. Meaning that's something that you're going to practice in tradition to do every day for some specific sacred reason unto yourself. Religion. Do y'all know that? Or are y'all confused about what religion? You think religion is just Christianity or just Islam, or do y'all actually know what religion is?
Religion is the having the authority to go in the courtroom and operate in your ministerial duties and get somebody out of jail with a bill of exchange. That's what being religious is, and using your ministerial powers.
And if law is your religion and justice is your religion, then guess what? You should act up on it, correct? No longer considered when they say, hey, you're practicing law. No, I'm not. I'm exercising my religious rights.
It's how you govern yourself and everything around you.
Absolutely. There's some powerful words that's been said in here today. Now, I don't know how lightly some of y'all might take this, or if you feel like you received anything today. What's up, Ebony Gray?
Wait, can I just? Hi, I wanted to know if a non-UCC1 registered mail to myself is as effective as a UCC1 filing through the state.
If you don't want to make it known publicly, I mean, how anybody gonna know it's publicly? That you just don't. You might as well not even do that. You might as well just exercise from your contracts. But again, if you want to perfect your security interests and let it make it be known publicly amongst all, in any form of anybody that's operating in commerce on any form of level, then yeah, I would definitely put it up there. It doesn't make you submit to their jurisdiction. You're laying claim on property that is within the territories or maybe even wherever. Just let it be known. That's all it do.
Okay, thank you.
There's nothing that you have to enter into or do that's going to ever take away your divine rights, ever. It's hard to give away your rights, because once you recognize the fault, you have the right to what? Repent, which is also rescission. Right?
Right.
So therefore, in the midst of it, it's really kind of impossible to give away your rights. So here we go. Richard, Gene, let's go.
Peace and blessings, brother. Just want to talk about an update that I have as far as me trying to get to file the UCC against a couple of corporations. I'm in the middle of a court case right now, filing declaratory relief. All of the defendants that I had, they did undefaulted, and I put in my motion for default. But I got this magistrate judge, I guess the guy assigned to the case, that's trying to do this case management plan, or this alternative resolution dispute resolution, and I objected to that according to the same statute that allowed the magistrate judge to preside over the case. So I'm just waiting on to hear what's going on with that, and I've also submitted.
I'll tell you what you do. If everybody want to get to tripping, take everything that we say, send it to the IRS with the 3949A, the security agreement, the whole harmless agreement. Let everybody get to tripping.
Say that.
So they want to, yeah.
But right now, I got the lawyers scrambling because, again, like two of the three defendants, responded after I put the motion.
Well, listen to what what I just said to you. Do you know what that do? Because
What it also does is it it really chops the hands off of everybody whose hand is in the cookie jar.
Yep.
The judge, everybody. So yeah, that's what it does.
It do.
Say that. I'm definitely gonna look into that there. Appreciate that.
Seth Thomas, what's up?
Peace, love, and prosperity, brother. How you doing today, man?
Doing great. Doing great.
I'm glad to hear, brother. I guess I'm a little bit confused with how I want to go about the banking aspect right now. Since I haven't enacted this living trust yet, I mean, I do have a court case coming up, so I want to get this enacted and get everything sent out. But where am I coming from on the aspect of the banking if I'm sending off my forms to the IRS? Am I setting up the private banker EIN? And if so, is that going to be under my living trust, or is since everything is I am eventually going to put it over to the 508C1A?
You adding extra, and you telling me how you're thinking about doing your trust. This is how I know all trusts are different. If you want to do that, you can, and you can make the trust in control of this particular entity, which is going to be used for private banking, and you're going to use it to establish and go and do, get bank accounts and stuff like that. Or you can just use the trust and already establish the rules in the declaration of trust, what the money that's going to be used in particular accounts is already for. And you don't have to go and create a whole nother freaking entity just to do what you're trying to do.
Okay. So then I would just be the trustee over this trust then.
The trust is a bank too, remember? It's already a bank.
Yes, sir. I know that. I'm aware of that. What would I need then to set up the trust account with the bank? I wouldn't need. Don't I need an EIN for that? The private banker.
So use the trust EIN.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to make this then. All right. My apologies, brother. Thank you.
The thing about the trust, guys, you have the power to write the law. Remember, the law was written on man's heart. You have that power to establish the law. You establish the law for government. You establish the law for corporations, through articles of corporations, for them to be what they are, etc. We have always established. Stop looking at yourself from third dimension. Go higher. The consciousness, which created all of this. Everything that you're looking at.
Well, I guess since I do have my my bank account that's set up now, my personal bank account, I could just that's going to be conveyed in. Could I operate out of that as well currently?
Can you operate out of what?
Out of my bank account now as part of the trust, or no, because that's not listed on there with the trust. I need to get the EIN.
Just do a conveyance, send it to them, and let them know that the trust now holds the account.
Okay. All right,
if they
beautiful,
ask you
bro.
for an EIN number, then go get an EIN number. Why is you running from the EIN number?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just, I don't know, man. Overthinking and confusing.
It ain't gonna do nothing. Y'all, show me something. Okay, go get an EIN number and let me know. Did it take control of your consciousness?
You're correct.
That's what we at.
I was just clouding it.
Just put me in the jurisdiction of the United States. Okay, so you lost your consciousness mind, is what you're telling me. So now you're not in sound mind. Like, you keep placing yourself at the first dimension as a U.S. citizen when you're the authorized representative of it. All right, in the third dimension with the living body, right? So now you have to be what? Go to the fourth dimension where they have no control.
Yep, I'm just flushed right now.
Was untouchable. Only God can touch the spirit, the soul of man, the consciousness of man. That's the reason why you feel guilt when you do something that's not in the right of nature.
I don't ever have guilt.
Well, that means you're on the righteous path.
Yes, sir. Thank you for clearing that up and making me flush, because I'm red with embarrassment on that one. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
All righty. Okay, let's see where I want you. Let's go to Ali C. White quick. You have it. All righty, Chelsea.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Hey, we barely can hear you. Speak up a little louder or talk in the mic.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, my bad. Okay, so I have one question that goes back to the IRS class. For the United States Treasury check, what do we put at the bottom where the numbers?
Listen, go listen to that again if you got that class. I told you in that class exactly what to do and how to do it. Today we on something else.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome. I promise you, it's in that class. Would everybody agree? That took that class?
Yeah,
I agree.
Yes,
sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was
it's
in
there.
that class. It's definitely is.
Tampa conference too.
Indeed.
All righty. Chelsea, you're up.
Hey, Eric. So I was in your trust class and got the recordings. I am doing the trust right now, but I'm kind of confused on the grantor, beneficiary, and the trustee. Like, I understand their roles, but I'm not sure who to place on what. Because
Okay, you got two grantors. The individual entity is a grantor by security agreement based upon it having to give what? The collateral, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you got yourself as the grantor as well, right?
Yes, the living woman.
As the living. So what you need to do is, once the U.S. citizen grants, it can no longer have any rights, interest, or control in that property. If not, if it does, it becomes domestic. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I do not.
How you don't? Yes, you do. Listen to what I'm saying. You get it. I promise you do. Listen to what I'm saying. Let me break this down to you. Your house is my shit if you put my name as the beneficiary and I'm the United States and I get to take all your shit because you keep putting the U.S. citizen as the beneficiary. You get what I'm saying now?
Okay, I understand that. I know we weren't supposed to put the U.S. citizen as the beneficiary, but then also too, you said don't put him as the grantor because the grantor has.
No, it can be the grantor. It just can't have any rights after it grants because anybody can grant to a trust. I can be a grantor to your trust right now. I could grant something to your trust, but I don't get any rights or interest or control in it once I have granted anything into that trust. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, got it. So would I put that in like the verbiage in the trust itself?
You just need to make sure that all interest goes to the living beneficiary.
Oh, okay.
That's why when you do the actual schedule, let me show you. Show you what I'm talking about. Show you what I'm talking about. I got so much stuff going on. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And I think, let me show you. Showed you guys at the conference too. Okay, here we go. See this right here? When you do this form, you always want to make sure. You see how on this side it says name, beneficiary to, non-resident, alien. You always want to keep the beneficiary as the non-resident alien. It's never the actual U.S. citizen. As soon as you do, it's domestic, it's taxed. You do not want it to ever, even if you have to go create, like for those of you who like to have double trusts or whatever, make that other trust the beneficiary where it distributes it to it. And then you can constantly make those two trusts distribute to each other in a cycle no matter what. Every time that they try to get a hold to the property, you can make sure the property migrates. I'm giving y'all some real sauce. I hope y'all hear what I'm saying.
That's what I needed.
My
Thank you.
pen burning my fingers.
Loud and clear.
Thank you, Eric.
All righty. Macaru Hutch. Macaru. Sound like you know.
Hey,
Go ahead.
how you doing, brother Eric? I was rolling in the ride earlier. I couldn't ask my question, but I'm sitting still with you were mentioning something about the UCC. We need to file that in the state that we're in. I did my UCC like many years ago, but it's filed in the state of Washington. I'm in Texas.
Listen, you can file it in any state. Just make sure you declare where the debtor is, but really file it in the state of the debtor. Always make sure you do that. And anywhere the property that the debtor might have property, you can file it in that state as well.
Okay. So I haven't done it here in Texas, but is it possible that I can get like certified copies from Washington and then?
Yeah, you can go get your copies off there. They're gonna charge you a little bit, but go and get them off of there.
And then then registered here in Texas. The one that
I had to pay for some myself, but you can get them.
Okay. Okay.
Can I make a smile suggestion?
Or you can always, and they always got a number, so you can always reference to it and have them go and seek it themselves. That's the point of giving the identifying number into what you're doing as well. But I always take and make copies myself and send them out to the creditors and what you're doing. So.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
All right. Somebody said they had a suggestion. We waiting on you.
Oh, my bad. I thought I was trying to wait for him to finish. Now, just off the top of my head, this is what I was thinking. Since he have a lien in what he said, Washington, I'm in Texas. You can actually make a lien and put that lien in Washington as property in your description. That way,
Hey
they're
there.
both linked.
Hope you're
This
having a
is
great
just
day.
a thought.
Yeah, you can make reference to it.
Yeah, you can make reference to it to kind of link them together.
You can.
No, I don't really. I was just saying that I had my all of my UCC in the early days was filed in the state of Washington.
Well, that's cool. If it's there, then use it. If you got the security agreement and all of that, you already got the power. You don't got to do nothing else. It's international. Just make the claim, and what you're letting everybody know, all other creditors, that you have the proceed claim. First and right, first in time.
I put some stuff on there I wish I hadn't have done, but
well, go redo it. Take it down. You got the right to cancel the lien. It's totally up to you. You're the power consciousness.
Right. I got that. Appreciate that, man. Thank you, sister.
All love, all love. What I will say though, guys, I appreciate you and your time today. That is going to conclude our time, and I hope this was worthy of you and your time today. And for those of y'all that don't know, you can go and download this. Just put this in right here. Form 1040 NR Foreign Trust Income. Yeah, put that particular thing that you see. You can just go download it and you can see for yourself, read it, teach you a lot about trust and how to actually file taxation and stuff like that as well. So again, I hope you guys are ready for the LA conference, September the 28th. We'll be coming up real soon. So we're not that far away from it. Just know that. So go ahead and make your preparations in advance. And we will have you let you guys know the venue coming up. We're going to make that decision by this week. So we're going to make sure we do the best. So if there's anybody in LA, please get in contact with us. We need to know about certain areas as we want to keep most of our people safe. I know how cities are, but we want to make sure everybody's in the most safest place to be able to, be able to move back and forth and things like that. So just be fully aware. And we do appreciate you guys for your time as always. And I will be teaching there how to actually take, bad debt and use it as income for the trust. As you can, if you study security agreement, then you already know why you can do that. Because remember, all evidence of indebtedness is considered access to the what? The trust, correct? Absolutely. Yes, so now when there's unauthorized use, I'm going to show you guys how to take when unauthorized use of the property trust, and when they keep acting like they don't want to answer and fall into the default, we can literally make a claim on that debt. So when we start sending out our letters, executive letters and stuff first, we're going to send out a 1099 miscellaneous claiming that income. Yep. We're going to send it out and we're going to claim that income. And in the midst of claiming that income, guys, that means we get to put it on that tax year. Now, it becomes worthless debt when we know they're not going to pay us, such as when they don't like to answer you. But you have to have proof of showing, attempts on trying to collect the debt. Once you have that particular proof, we're actually to take this to as a debt write-off and things of that nature, and this can actually benefit us in future tax years and also become a form of refund. Now, if you don't choose, if you claim the income and you don't choose to deduct or use it as a write-off or anything of that nature, let's say that it might create some form of payment that you may owe the IRS. And that may be cool because if you take the IRS tax forgiveness class, then you know how to create money for yourself that way. Either way it go, guys, remember, consciousness is the power of all of this. It's up to you to create the strategy. We're going to win regardless. So all praise to the Most High.